Merry Christmas to you, FMers, and welcome to today's rebuild. Today, we will be doing a Christmas-themed and a Christmas-inspired rebuild on FM26. We'll get into the rules shortly, but let's talk about the club that we will be rebuilding today. The club we will be rebuilding today is Real Betis. Real Betis' Christmas tradition is an annual event where fans throw thousands of stuffed toys onto the pitch during the last home game before Christmas. These toys are then collected by volunteers and donated to underprivileged children in the community to ensure they receive a gift during the holiday season. The goal of this is a heartwarming tradition aiming to spread holiday cheer and ensure that every child has a present to open during the Christmas time. Well, what a lovely, heartfelt story that is, and when I was looking for a club to do on a Christmas rebuild, this just made perfect sense. But now we've got our club, let's get into some rules we're going to set for this rebuild. And of course, we have got the trusty whiteboard with us today. We kind of need to name this whiteboard something. Gonna call it, what should I call it? I'm gonna call it Jeff. We've got Jeff with us again. The first rule in this Christmas rebuild for the type of player we can sign is December-born players. The month of Christmas, it just makes sense. Now, the next rule is if the player has a festive name. So maybe a Jack for Jack Frost. Maybe a Buddy from Elf. Maybe Carey because Mariah Carey. You kind of get the gist, you'll see throughout the video. And the final rule of the rebuild is every single season before we do our transfers, we will be spinning Santa's wheel. This wheel has 5 things on for 5 seasons that can impact our transfer window. This wheel contains a Christmas star. The Christmas star is any player with a higher current ability than our highest current ability player currently at the club. A great wheel spin. Another wheel spin is the personalised gift. This is where in that season's window I can move one of my favourite players on FM26 to the club. We then have also got the Rudolph upgrade. This means that our current starting players can have 20 pace, 20 acceleration, 20 agility and 20 balance for the upcoming season. We also have the Christmas card. This is where we will receive a Christmas card from our nana with some money that might fall into our transfer budget. And finally, we have the naughty boy. Of course, I am a naughty boy, and if we spin the naughty boy, we receive nothing but coal for that transfer window. Now that we know what is on the 5 wheel spins, we have got our Christmas rules and we have also got our club. Let's get into our first wheel spin for the transfer window and see what we spin. So there we go, the first wheel spin we get is the Rudolph upgrade. Let's go and upgrade our current starting wingers. The left winger who is going to be starting this season is Riquelme. With his upgrade, it helps him massively as technically and mentally he's not a great winger. And of course, the other winger at Real Betis is Anthony. The fidget spinner himself is one of the key players in this team, so to get this upgrade in Season 1 is massive to make probably our best player at the club even better. Now we have got our 2 wingers ready to go up and down that line. Let's get into the only signing of this first transfer window. The only player we signed this season was Silla. Silla was actually born on Christmas Day. You could not write it. The centre-back born on the 25th is ready to come into the team and is ready to develop over these 5 years. And the tactic we are going to be using this season is a very simple one. It's a 4-2-3-1 offset in possession, but then drop it into a 4-5-1 out of possession, looking to soak up pressure and counter-attack. But just before we sim Season 1, boys, here is the season preview. Real Betis predicted to finish 7th. The actual goal of this rebuild is to try and win the La Liga. I mean, Real Madrid, Barcelona and Atletico clearly are the odds-on favourite every single season in this league to win the league. But through the Christmas spirit, can we get ourselves on top? That is something we are going to find out over these 5 seasons. Let's get sim in Season 1 and let's see how our Christmas team gets on. Well, boys, what a fantastic start to this Christmas rebuild. We have gone over the odds and we have finished 3rd in the La Liga. 76 points over the season, scoring 66 goals and only conceding 36 is an amazing start and puts us in a great position for this next 5 years. And if we look at the squad numbers for the first season, it is an amazing season on all fronts from our team. Anthony, the main man in the team, getting 27 goals and 10 assists, doing an amazing job off that right wing, with Isco in behind at Cam, also getting 17 contributions. I've got to say, when I got Real Betis and when I figured out I could do a rebuild, I was so excited to use Isco. I feel like this man is a proper streets won't forget footballer, a technical wizard. He's going to be amazing for us in this rebuild. But the squad has done very, very well this season. And a player to keep your eye on as well is a man returning from loan in Gonzalo Petit. This lad is a 19-year-old Uruguayan. I have actually never heard of him before, but he actually looks really, really good. So I'm excited to see what he could turn into. Of course, every season we are going to be signing Christmas Christmas-themed players. We are going to be looking by the end of Season 5 to have a team filled with Christmas-themed players. But just bear with me over the seasons, as it's quite difficult, as you can imagine, to find players who are called like Jack, or sign people who are only born in December. You know, I'm looking for Christian, I'm looking for Noel, I'm looking for Ebenezer. Trust me, if you want to try it yourself, it's a very fun challenge, but it's very difficult to find players. But speaking of goodwill and amazing magical things happening around Christmas, the La Liga was not a competition which we only performed in. Because in the Europa League this season, we actually managed to go on and win it on penalties against Aston Villa. I didn't mention before the sim that we were in the Europa League, so I'll be honest, in Season 1, I didn't think we had a chance of winning it. I thought at the end of the season review, we'd just cover it slightly, but we've actually gone one further and we've won the whole competition. To go through in the round of 16, we beat Celta Vigo 5-2, playing a Spanish team. This must have been an unbelievable atmosphere. We then beat Stuttgart 6-3 on aggregate in the quarter-final, again by the names you can see, Antonet and Raquelme doing unbelievable. Two players who got our Rudolph upgrade. In the semi-final, we played Roma and won 3-0, and the second leg winning 4-2 on aggregate. Again, Antonet being a main person involved in this. And then, of course, like we've shown, the final winning on penalties. In a game we were absolutely battered. Maybe we just had a little bit of that Christmas magic to help us over the line. I think tactically as well, we've got to be super impressed with our team this season. The counter-attacking / simple football in possession worked very well. Using Antonet on that right-hand side as the inside forward clearly did damage. And for Season 2, we have got £14 million and 100k in the wage budget to improve this team. But before we get into Season 2 and before we can spend our money, let's see what the Christmas wheel is going to give us. Season 2 is upon us. The Christmas Star wheel spin has been activated. Remember, this is when we get to move a player to our team with a higher current ability than the highest current ability currently in our squad. Now, there are many options out there to do with Christmas. You've got Gabriel from Arsenal, the centre-back. He would be a commander in the back. But then I remembered there's a better Gabriel from Arsenal. And the better Gabriel is Gabriel Martinelli. Now, it was a really difficult choice between Gabriel and Martinelli. But this guy, since FM24, plays in the match engine like Pele played in that World Cup many moon ago. He is untouchable in every single game, left, right, or up front. This guy is a god. Also, the link to Christmas with Gabriel in his name. This is going to be our Christmas star of the rebuild. We've got him for Season 2, 3, 4, and 5. We've got 4 years of prime Martinelli. He has got to lead us to something. But this was the first window as well where we actually had a little bit of money in the budget, and we have brought in some Christmas talent. And speaking of, we have literally brought in Santa. Look at his name. His name is literally Santa. We've brought in Santa. I was searching up here at the top, like Gabriel, Noel, Christopher, all the Christmas names, and I thought, you know what? I'll throw Santa in there. I remember Roque Santa Cruz. I thought, I wonder who's going to pop up. Santa himself. Yes, he might be 30 years old. Yes, he might be 1-star current ability, and yes, he might be awful. But he will be getting registered every season for that Christmas look. Welcome, Santa. Next transfer coming in was Armand Loriente. This guy cost us £10 million. This is a guy that was born in the December month, so he comes in left wing, right wing, can play up front. Very quick, good dribbler of the ball, very good attacking option. A play like this for Betis is actually very good in comparison to the actual ability of the rest of our squad. Next up, we've got another one you might like, Christian Mawissa. Why is he related to Christmas, Robbo? Christian Mawissa. He's Christian. Honestly, the quality of these videos just keeps on getting higher and higher, but he comes in anyway. Centre-back, bit of potential. Honestly, like I say, in this video, it is so hard to find good quality players, and to get a centre-back who is left-footed with actually a bit of potential, 21, decent current ability, I'm very happy with that. He cost us 10 million. Next up coming in, we've got Casper Janda, Casper the Ghost, Casper Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Lots of 13s and 14s across his attributes. He's going to be a great player. And we've brought in another Casper as well, in Casper Davidson, someone who's going to play back up in the midfield in that DM role. And another reason why we are bringing in Caspers is because if you did not know, one of the 3 wise men was called Gasper, but the English translation to that name is Casper. Honestly, the research and the detail that's got into this video so far, it must deserve a like. You got to drop a like for that. That is some ball knowledge. And in Season 2, we are keeping things very familiar with the tactic. Martinelli is getting locked in on that left wing role. Mawissa is going into right centre back, and Petit is going up front. And if you don't know about Petit, you need to get to know. 6'2", bags of potential. I'm hoping for a big season off this guy, the 19-year-old Uruguayan. Let's see what he can do in Season 2. Welcome back, lads, to the end of Season 2. The simulation is complete. Did Martinelli have the impact on the team we were hoping for? Did Petit up front, our 19-year-old Uruguayan, deliver the business? And the answer is yes and no. We finished 5th in the table this season. 61 points in total, sort of the best of the rest in the La Liga. We're in and around Valencia and Sevilla and only 2 points off Atletico Madrid in 4th. I do not think it's an awful season, but the one thing I'm very disappointed with is the goal difference. Conceding 55 this season is nowhere near good enough. We were kind of scoring the same amount of goals as our competitors around us. You know, Atletico Madrid scoring less, Villarreal and Valencia only getting 5 or 6 more goals across the season. But if you look at the conceded, to concede 55 is horrific. That defence with Mawissa and Silla just did not hit. And something devastating about this season as well was getting knocked out in the semi-final of the Copa del Rey to Real Sociedad. When you've got a tie like that in the semi-final and it's not Real Madrid or Barcelona, you have got to take it. And we've somehow crumbled. We've lost 3-1. Barcelona would have been our opponent in the final. And they did go and beat Real Sociedad in that final as well, 1-0. But I'm just devastated not to be there. But looking at the squad for this season in the Season 2 of the Christmas rebuild, it is Isco again who is carrying the ship at his old age. 25 goals and 8 assists. Petit had a good first season, I think, with us getting 28 contributions in 53. And as I hover over him, there's been some great growth in his attributes. 16 finishing now over 16 first touch, 17 heading. He looks like somebody who could be a real goal threat up front. Martinelli's first season at the club getting 28 contributions off the left. Anthony getting 29 off the right is not too bad. I just think, again, with the amount of goals we conceded in that back line, we just must have been awful. If I click into Pau Lopez here, our starting goalkeeper, if we look at the stats at the top here, if we just zoom in, 8 games in the Champions League, 20 conceded, 38 games in La Liga, 55 conceded. I think it's time to replace Joan Garcia. Not Joan Garcia, Pau Lopez. It'd be good if we had Joan Garcia, the Barcelona goalkeeper. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I don't think I conceded 84 goals. There was also no Christmas spirit in the Champions League phase, 29th, a -7 goal difference. We just need to take this season as a lesson, not a loss. We need to take this season and realise that our back line is not good enough. You are not winning anything with a 9 goal difference in the league and a -7 goal difference in the Champions League. Of course, this rebuild is all about the Christmas spirit. We need to keep spirits high. We need to keep merry. And let's hope the Christmas wheel for Season 3 can give us a good spin and give us a help midway through this rebuild. Season 3 brings us a Christmas card, and remember, the Christmas card is from our lovely Nana. Shout out Nana Norma. Nana Norma gets me a Christmas card every year with £20 inside of it. But with a little bit of magic, with a little bit of that Christmas magic spirit, we can turn that £20 into 20 million. That means our transfer budget has gone from 32 million in Season 3 to 52 million to spend on our Christmas lads. 52 million to spend. Let's go and spend it, and let's bring in the biggest Christmas overhaul yet in this video. Without further ado, let's get straight into these transfers. First one coming in was Mukhtar Diakhababe. Now, Mukhtar Diakhababe was also born in December 19th of the 12th in 96. Last season, the defense was the problem, and this guy definitely strengthens it. Coming in his prime, he's going to lock down that defense for me. And speaking of more defensive backup, El Hadji Malik Diouf comes in at 28th of the 12th, 2004. One of the best left backs on this game. When I could snap him up at this point in the rebuild, I thought I've got to get him. Like I keep saying with these transfers, there is such limited option, and when this guy's a left back that you can sign, you have got to act fast. It's like when Ferguson saw Wayne Rooney at Everton. He knew he had to act fast, and he did. He got in there. He signed Wayne at 18, and I signed El Hadji Magic Diouf at 22. Same impact. The final defensive acquisition was Julian Agrisa Ezebalaga. Now, Julian comes in on the 26th of the 12th. We've got a Boxing Day signing. What a day boxing is. Football, leftovers from Christmas dinner. You sat on the couch hungover. You're in your box of heroes. Boxing Day is just a brilliant day for all men out there around the world, and it's also a brilliant day because it brought me this beautiful Spanish goalkeeper. Like I said last season, Pau Lopez, he's on his last legs. 84 conceded is a crime. Julian comes in. He's going to be our keeper for the rest of the rebuild. Welcome, Julian. But the main signing of Season 3, the big name to join the club. Before I reveal him, I'm going to give you some clues and have a little guess at home if you can figure out who it is, like one of them football TikToks that you watch. This player is English. This player recently scored a hat-trick in a derby game. This player used to play for Crystal Palace. He let it all work out. That was the cringiest thing I've ever done in my life. Eberiche Eze joins Real Betis for £20 million. Now, you're probably thinking, Robbo, he was born in June. He is English. His name's Ebre Eze. How are you making this work? Well, if I go to his information here and we get his personal info on that left-hand side, Eberiche, like Ebenezer, like Ebenezer Scrooge. Do you get my gist? Eberiche, Ebenezer. It's got the same first 5 letters. Christmas. And for season 3, we are changing up the tactic. We are going into a 4-3-3 system. Eze is going to be locked in that attacking playmaker role from midfield, getting forward. We're going with the 2 wide forwards out wide. Martinelli and Anthony going to be getting in and around Petit and waiting for that Eze through ball. Juve is getting locked in at left back for the development. If I was to quick pick the team at this point of the rebuild, of course, imagine Eze being the advanced playmaker. We have got a lot of our Christmas boys in the team and we are ready to do some damage. In the La Liga this season, we have got a season preview of 4th in the league. I think with the talent that we've got in the team now, not just on the starting 11, also on the bench, we have got to perform better in the league than 5th. We've got to get back into them Champions League places. And of course, because we finished 5th in the league, we've got the Europa League to compete in this season. I think it's a competition we can do quite well in. The board want us to get to the quarter-final. I don't think that's very harsh from the board. I think we can go all the way to the final and win it. But let's simulate season 3 and let's see how we get on. Right, lads, welcome to the end of season 3. Have we improved in the league? Did these big signings make a difference? And again, it's a yes and no season, lads. We finished 5th. Now, the positive of this season is we have lowered them goals conceded. We are only conceding 44, but the goals scored has also dropped. We finished 5th on 62 points on goal difference, only just finishing higher than Rayo Vallecano. You know, if things didn't go our way, we actually could have finished 7th. Only Bilbao is below us by 1 point. So I think the 5th actually complements us a bit. We are sort of just best of the rest in this league at the moment. I don't know what it is really. Do we need to go more attacking? Do I need to play a counter-attacking tactic? I think I need to have a look at things in season 4. And in other competitions, again, there is no wins. We are knocked out in the semi-final of the Europa League to Chelsea, which, I mean, getting Chelsea in the Europa League is a very, very harsh draw. Chelsea on FM26, the amount of talent they have in their team, I don't know how they've ended up in the Europa League. You can see the tie here. We go out 7-5 on aggregate. That second leg, a 5-5 game. What a game that was. I mean, again, though, the second leg, we're at home and we're conceding 5 goals. It doesn't surprise me with the quality of Chelsea, but when you're at home, you can't concede 5. And if we have a look at the final as well, Dortmund go on to lose to Chelsea 5-0. They shouldn't have been in this competition. It's a bit of a joke. And in the Copa del Rey this season, we go out in the 4th round to Celta Vigo 1-0. It's just not a good look, really, is it? We should be beating Celta Vigo 3 years into this rebuild. We've got Eze, Martinelli, we've got Anthony. We shouldn't be losing these games. If you want a bit of a silver lining for this season, Ebenezer Eze was a great signing. 42 contributions across all competitions this season. Kind of a one-man army, not to underplay the other lads getting 20 to 30 goal contributions, but again, it's just not looking like a team that is going to be in a top 4 or a team that is competing well in competitions. We're not scoring enough goals. I think we're scoring out of that there, just looking at it going rough, probably 70 to 80 goals in season 3 there. It's not good enough. Season 4's budget, though, you would have thought we've had another Christmas card. It is 53 million. We have got to have a huge window. We are running out of big players to sign. Like I said, there is limited players in this Christmas rebuild. Maybe it's time to stop signing quantity and just bring in that pure quality in season 4. But before the transfers of season 4, once again, let's spin that wheel. Well, lads, it had to happen at some point. Santa's been seeing, you know, of course, I probably do strike you in these videos as a bit of a naughty boy. You know, I am that type of fella. Receive loads of, you know, female attention and, you know, across the year, commit a few sins here and there, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm kind of that lad in the group when we go out, you know, in my group of mates. Santa's obviously seen a few of me tricks and you know, I am a naughty boy in season 4. So in season 4, there'll be no added bonuses. You know, my bad for, you know, the stuff that I've done across the year. I can imagine Tidge's editing this right now. He's probably seething in his chair and cringing into infinity. But it's just the truth. In season 4, we're a naughty boy. It's a bit ironic, really, isn't it, in season 4, when you talk about in season 3 bringing in quality over quantity, and your first signing of season 4 is Nico Williams. To get round this one, Nico Williams was actually signed because of Andy Williams. And if you didn't know, Andy Williams is the guy who sings "It's the most wonderful time of the year." So that is another unbelievable Christmas link. This video, honestly, the market research and the information gathered is I've put so much time into this video. Just please sub. Please. Nico Williams comes in though, £7 to £9 million is his value. We signed him for like 8 million. He actually is quite a good right back, to be fair. He's quite attacking. He's got a lot of 14s about him. He's decent. Next up, we've got another musical link in Micus Folaroncho. He is a midfielder who can kind of play anyway. He's just a great squad player. We brought him in on a free, and the link here with Michael Folaroncho is lead singer of Wham, George Michael. You know what I mean? Not all I want for Christmas. What's it called? That Wham song. Wow. Last Christmas. Again, music links. I'm trying to think outside the box. I've got to do that to bring in players. But this is an absolute belter. Emiliano Buendia comes in, a Christmas Day baby. You couldn't get more Christmas than Buendia. The biggest gift that any person could ask for on Christmas Day. The birth of their child. God, I can't wait to have many offsprogs. Buendia comes in, an attacking midfielder, can play on the right or in the middle. Kind of see him as Isco's successor in this rebuild. I'm excited to see what he can do. And finally, another big hitter joins the team in Ollie Watkins. Now, this is a guy who can score goals. He knows where the back of the net is. He was born on the 30th of December. 15, finishing, decent pace, off the ball's decent. I think he's actually quite disrespected on Football Manager through his attributes, but for a club like Real Betis, he's going to be big for us. He cost us 20 million as well. And in Season 4, we are going all-out attack, baby. The 4-1-4-1 shape in possession, dropping into that 4-3-3. I want us to do damage in La Liga this season. I want to see goals. I want to see assists. I want to see tackle rate. I want to see blocks per game. I just want an attacking, aggressive team in Season 4. And this season, 5th actually got us into the Champions League. So we are back in the Champions League, in the Copa del Rey and La Liga. Let's hope for the biggest season of this rebuild. Let's simulate Season 4. Welcome back to Season 4, lads, and I'm glad to say that we didn't do it again. We actually got worse. I don't understand this team. Maybe some of you lot watching this are really good with tactics on FM26, or maybe you think you could be doing a better job than me at this point, but I'm looking at, like, the stats here. 68 scored, again conceding 52. I don't know. 16 wins with 13 draws, only 9 losses in 38 games, and we're sick. We're clearly just drawing too many games. We've got to be breaking into that 20 wins per season kind of bracket. And as you can see, if you do, you are getting in 5th and above. Osasuna have had an unbelievable season, to be fair to them. I mean, what I will say is sort of that best of the rest title for the full rebuild. We have been there. And if you've got to this point of the rebuild, thank you for getting this far with this sort of like best of the rest performance. I promise you in Season 5, something big is coming. But yeah, by Season 4, again, we finished 6th and it's just sort of not good enough. And again, in the Champions League, we are knocked out in the league phase. I just don't know how we're doing it. The team is just lacking something. I don't know if it's the overall quality, maybe tactically in this rebuild. I've got it wrong compared to the others, but it's just not been good enough so far. And if we look at the squad this season, in going more attacking, we've actually shot ourselves in the foot. I think this is the least goals scored in the whole rebuild. I think Season 4 will probably go down as the worst season. I mean, I'm looking at names like that. Petit up front, Martinelli, Eze, Anthony Buendia. We've got Nico Williams and Juve as fullbacks, Mawissa Silla, Watkins. Watkins only played 4 games start, 21 off the bench, 1 goal and 2 assists. It is a calamitous Season 4. We're lucky to not be sacked, to be honest. And other absolute devastating news is that Santa is announcing his retirement from the club. In Season 4, we've had our worst finish and we've had the main man hang up his boots. We've got to quickly get to Season 5's wheel spin and quickly get into that Season 5 and turn this ship around. Season 5 then, the final season of this video. The personalised gift has been unlocked. I bet when that wheel was spinning for Season 5, you couldn't predict what it was going to be. I bet it was a real shock when it was the personalised gift. But it is the personalised gift, and the personalised gift is something that means a lot to you. Somebody, or maybe something that has got a big impact on your life. You might receive for Christmas, you know, a little frame with a nice photo with your mum, or maybe your missus in it, or maybe a moment with the lads, maybe like a lad's holiday picture, and you think, oh, they were great times. Something that means a lot to you, and the way I would describe this in FM terms is the one player that I've used on this game and I thought, wow, you are consistent, your ability is ridiculous, and your back's outrageous. Sorry, it's just reminded me of that Tyreek Hyde clip. I'm sorry. Buwade is my personalised gift. I think this guy is the best centre midfielder in the game. I've used him, his average ratings, you know, his ability speaks for itself. He's kind of like a complete midfielder. You could argue he can't really finish, but I'll be playing him in the defensive midfield, so I'm not even looking for that in that position. He's an outrageous player, and I think he's going to make a really big difference to Season 5. And finally, in Season 5, I got my hands on someone, Jack Grealish after Jack Frost. I've been trying to get this guy. He's been shortlisted since Season 1, and I finally can get him when he is pretty much on retirement. But I wanted to bring him in. I was making it my mission. I reckon this guy as well is a buzz around Christmas time. If I was to probably pick any footballer to have a drink with around Christmas, or even have around the table on Christmas Day, it would probably be Jack Grealish. And then the final signing of this entire rebuild is Ryan Flamingo, £30 million at centre-back. He was born on New Year's Eve. So this rebuild, we have signed a New Year's Day, baby. We have signed a Boxing Day, a New Year's Eve, and I'm pretty sure we did a Christmas Eve the 24th, but I could be wrong. We have hit all them key dates in December. Ryan Flamingo joins the club. And in Season 5, in full Christmas spirit fashion, we are going Christmas tree tactic. It is time to bring out the Christmas tree. The 4-1-2-2-1. You've got the branches out wide and the spine in the middle with the star up top, who is going to be Martinelli for us in Season 5. I'm going to lock him in up front this season. I want Eze in one of them cam positions and Juve in the wing back. We're also going to be playing an inverted fullback with an inverted wing back as well. I'm just trying out something completely different. Look, tactically, this rebuild, we have been useless. It's time to try something different. And we're going to be trying something different across the La Liga, Europa League and Copa del Rey. It's Season 5, boys. The last season. Can we have a bit of a Christmas miracle? And can we see a big result? Wink, wink. Lads, I cannot believe it. If there was any video to have a huge turnaround and the absolute unexpected happen, it would be Christmas time. Christmas is all about giving back and enjoying the people around you and keeping the faith. And by keeping that faith all the way through this rebuild, I actually can't even believe I'm going to say this. We have actually won La Liga in the final season of this Christmas rebuild with a Christmas tree tactic, only signing players to do with Christmas, the wheel spins. We have won La Liga with Real Betis. And the reason why I'm so shocked is La Liga is, in my opinion, a bit like the Premier League. You've got your Real Madrid and your Barcelona, like your Man City and your Arsenal. Two teams that are just so difficult to overthrow in this game, and I have no idea how we've done it. And for a bit of transparency, I simmed this season when Liverpool were playing Sunderland. I went to watch the second half of Liverpool-Sunderland. I thought, you know what? I'll just leave it simming through the second half. It'll make time pass quicker. I came back up, and I swear to God, I can't believe it's happened. 83 points, 84 goals scored, and 40 conceded. Can we just take a moment for the tactic? We have won La Liga with a Christmas tree. A Christmas tree tactic. The Christmas tree will be available on the Patreon, as clearly it's half decent. And just speaking on the tactic, if we look at the numbers this season, Martinelli up front getting 38 goals and 11 assists. Anthony with 38 contributions. Eze's in there. Azabde. Jack Grealish getting 23 contributions as well is mental. What an absolute insane season for Season 5. It literally is a Christmas miracle. Unfortunately, though, we couldn't win it all. In the Europa League this season, we were knocked out by Dortmund in the quarterfinals, 6-3. I mean, it's an insane scoreline. Dortmund, not an easy opposition, but with how well we did in La Liga, listen, if you're winning La Liga in comparison to Barcelona and Real Madrid, I expect to actually just win the Europa League outright. I mean, I don't even expect anything less. And in the Copa del Rey, we were knocked out in the second round by Hercules, but scrap it all. I don't care. We might have been knocked out by a demigod. I don't care. Listen, get back to that La Liga screen. If we look at the past winners of La Liga, like I genuinely am in shock. If we look at the past winners of this league, apart from Atletico Madrid in 2020, they won it in 2013 as well, but look at Real Madrid and Barcelona here and look at the dominance, you know, just look at the sheer dominance. When did Real Betis last win the league? Have they ever won the league? I don't think they've ever won. They won the league 1934. Was that the last time? I think 1934 was the last time Betis won the league, and we won it in 2029. What is that off the top of my head? 85 years later. What a story to end it. It was so much fun filming this rebuild, you know, looking for the Christmas signings, doing the wheel spins. I did not expect at all to win a league. I mean, if we look at the league stats as well, just to look into it, we didn't even have the most goals, the most clean sheets, the fewest shots against. against. I mean, we had the most dribbles made in the league, I guess. Anthony, 341 dribbles. But apart from that, there's not really anything that highlights that we should be winning the league. I'm just going to scroll through the fixture schedule as well. I mean, we had an absolute unbelievable start to La Liga. We were unbeaten up until Wednesday, the 17th of October. We'd won, what, 10 games in a row by that point? It just looks like we had an incredible start. We beat Atletico Madrid 2-0. The first games against Barca and Madrid as well, we drew 1-1 with Barca, and then we actually beat Real Madrid away 1-0. If we keep on scrolling through the results, there's some big results like 4-1 against Sociedad. When we came to play Barca and Madrid again, though, we actually got beat off Barca but drew to Madrid. And then we just had a very consistent end to the season there. As you can see, last 5 games, we won them all. It's just absolutely mental. We've just... I think you can tell I can't believe we won the league. But that is going to wrap up this Christmas rebuild, lads. I hope you enjoyed this one. Something a little bit different. I also hope you like this hat, by the way. I think this hat's absolutely peak. Look at the lights shining on it. I'm actually going to the Manchester Christmas markets. I might actually wear this later. I'm not sure, though. I probably will get battered if we go into Greater Manchester with this on. But anyway, like I said, if you boys want to take anything from this rebuild, Season 5 game file and the Christmas tree tactic will be on the Patreon. Thank you so much for watching this rebuild. Maybe leave a comment if there's any players you think I missed that I've got a Christmas link. Like I said, it literally took me about 2 hours to shortlist for this video. Looking for players born in December. You know, your Jack Frost, your Noel, your Christophers, your Jesus. You know, looking for players' names with God. It was just, trust me, it's been an absolute movie doing this rebuild. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch any other FM26 content on the video, we've done plenty of other rebuilds that are themed just like this one. Go and check out the channel. We're nearly at 20k subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, boys.